Every business you admire started as a bet, a leap, a late night, a decision someone almost did not make. And somewhere in this county, that bet is being placed right now. Welcome to Loudoun Forward. The landscape is shifting. Industries are lifting and falling in the same breath. The question is not whether change is coming. The question is whether you'll be ready when it lands. On this show, you will hear the real story behind the revenue, the pivot that saved the company, the lesson that costs too much to learn the hard way on your own. Whether you're 10 years in or 10 days out of a layoff, you are in the right place. This is Loudoun Forward. Let's get into it. Say it like a bar, say it like a chorus. So welcome to Loudoun Forward.
Thank you.
This is the podcast where we follow the people building what's next. Today, the story behind the founder, the services that make businesses win, and the forces shaping what's coming next. So today's guest is Alyssa Marie Subecki. I got that right?
You did. I love the usage of the middle name.
Nice. Alyssa is the founder and owner of The Difference Baker right here in Loudoun County. With a background in cosmetology, sales, and business coaching, Alyssa took a leap in 2019 with zero culinary experience and built a bakery certified free from 9 of the top food allergens, the only retail location in the United States with that distinction. In just 6 months of opening during a pandemic, she was named one of the top 100 women in business in the food allergy industry. She won Best Allergen-Free Bakery in the U.S. and earned multiple Best of Loudoun honors. She's now expanding into a new retail location at Dulles 28 Center with franchising on the horizon. Alyssa, welcome to the Loudoun Forward podcast.
Thank you.
All right. So before we talk business, take me to the moment when this became real.
Oh, gosh. Well, the true moment when it became real was actually during a meditation in my infrared sauna when I was talking to God, and just kind of at a very pivotal point in my life. I had been traveling a lot as a business coach and consultant, able to eat at a lot of different places in a lot of different states, and coming home, I'm like, what is going on? We can't eat anywhere here. Having food allergies. We traveled to DC and Maryland. So it kind of just became a thought, and I fought God on it a little bit. And then the more I talked to my husband and my in-laws, it just literally, the idea had legs and it just moved and everything just fell into place.
So interesting. You said, let's back a bit. So you have food allergies.
I do.
Okay. And so finding good food or finding healthy food or safe food has been tough for you.
Yeah.
So you were trying to solve this problem for other people as well as for yourself.
Yeah, and my kids, and now my husband.
Nice.
It's a true family affair.
Nice. So what was the first, oh wow, this might work moment?
That's a good question. I really never felt resistance from the moment the business concept was conceived, to be honest with you. Everybody I talked to, my husband's a general contractor, so finding the space and coming up with the name and, opening up the business, everything was just what they call in the flow. And literally we thought about the idea in May of 2019, and we were open by the beginning of November of 2019.
Wow, that was quick.
Extremely.
Nice. So somehow I like the word flow. You stepped into something that was just the right moment, the right time, the right opportunity, and everything seemed to just connect.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
What would you say, were there, I doubt that there wasn't any hiccups along the way. What looks glamorous on the outside but feels heavy in private about this?
Yeah, well, fast forward to this December, I was at another very pivotal moment in my life where I'm like, all right, God, either we close the doors and we sell this concept, or we expand and bless as many people as we can and become profitable. Our obviously, everyone's been hit from an economic standpoint since COVID, right? Us especially in the food industry, the way and the process in which I source very safe ingredients. My standards are extremely high, higher than my certification companies require. And it's because this business is my kitchen. My son, who's now my baby, who's now 16 and driving my car. If he even has cross-contamination with peanuts, I mean, he's in the hospital. So he's been hospitalized, too many times. Same with my husband, anaphylaxis to gluten. And my 2 other kids have the same food allergies to gluten, soy, peanut. So it's really for me the way that I treat my children and myself and my husband.
Oh, wow. I think there's something to be said about a business that actually touches you, right? That touches you because you are essentially serving people who are like you and who have to deal with these challenges on a day-to-day basis. So one of the things that I want to also kind of like drill into, especially as we're going into this part, the inner world of the entrepreneur, right? Was there a belief, an idea going into business that you had to unlearn as you grew this? Or was there something, were there moments where there was a strong learning moment for you within this business experience?
Gosh, you are hitting some good questions and some recent revelations, if you will. So going back to the end of this past year, so going into the 6th year of owning this business, I've always been an entrepreneur. I've never really worked for anybody else. Even in the real estate industry, as a loan officer, I had to build a team. I started from having 0 clients. It was never, I've never been on a salary, and I've never had that consistent income. So I've always been a hustler at heart. I don't know why, and I question that sometimes.
It's a good thing. I like it. I like it.
It is what it is.
It helps you survive better than those who, in my opinion, than somebody who's reliant on the safety of a paycheck.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. So one of the biggest beliefs I had up until, I would say, about 12 weeks ago, was that debt was bad. I was a financial coach for Financial Peace University, and I never understood the concept of using somebody else's money. And I really had to wrestle with some serious beliefs going into this year and going into this expansion, and knowing that, we've been a debt-free company, we've self-funded this company, and it has not been profitable. It has not been profitable because I haven't stretched myself into being like, okay, well, maybe we need to move the retail out of this space, or maybe we need to, move the production facility out of this space. So that's what we're doing. And we're getting uncomfortable, and I am so at peace with it.
I like it. Some people say OPM, other people's money, is what grows businesses, expands it. And if you can bring, profit back to them while profiting yourself,
amen,
it is a great thing. And I feel like for those of us who are responsible, who feel like, when it comes to your personal finances, you're usually taught that you shouldn't live beyond your means. And so you have the idea that you should always do that, even in business. And I think one of the lessons that a particular lesson that you're driving at, that I feel a lot of solopreneurs and starting out entrepreneurs need to learn, is how to use debt to grow their business. It feels like that's the way to go, while managing and while being responsible, using the resources responsibly.
Yeah,
I think. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. So I want to ask this. So I'm still talking to the entrepreneur, right? So what kind of support actually works for you in business? Every day people, you're dealing with good and bad and there are different kinds of support that make an entrepreneur keep going strong, whether it's practical, emotional, strategic, or quiet presence of valuable relationships in your life.
Well, I would say the constant in my life that keeps me excited about every single day, no matter the storm that I'm in, is my spiritual foundation. And that is also my physical health foundation, working out and eating right and praying and journaling and, just trusting that this is my mission and that nothing is bad. Everything we go through, although it may seem negative in the moment, we always look back at those moments and those struggles and thank God for them. So it's my mission to be the light, not only for myself, but for everybody else. And that's a lot of quiet time. It's a lot of practice. It's not necessarily easy, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's like a muscle.
Yeah, I like that. So you lean very strongly on your spiritual foundation.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's my number one, my family. And, in this industry, actually it's another thing that I'm looking to expand, and that's my network, because I am an introvert at heart. If I could stay home and recipe develop and work with my team all day, I would. And not necessarily, be out there and be the face of the difference baker. But I'm learning that people want to connect more with the human side of the business. And while that's a little bit more difficult for me and takes a little bit more energy, I am here for it, and I'm opening up to it, and I'm ready.
That's great. Well, I'm happy to help push that along by thank you also for coming on the podcast for that.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure it was a good, you were one of the first people who were like, hey, sign me up.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like the spirit of that.
Thank you.
So what's a moment you were proud that had nothing to do with revenue in this business that just made you proud of something you accomplished? Maybe somebody, commented on your business, or you touched somebody's life in a certain way. It could be none of these, but
Right.
What was a moment like that?
Well, fortunately, I get to experience a lot of moments like that. We have a lot of tears in our bakery.
Nice.
A lot of tears. A lot of, little kids eating something for the first time outside of their house and outside of something that their parents provided for them. That's when I am the most proud, when I can physically and tangibly hear, feel, see the impact that this business is making on other people. So that's definitely it.
That's great. So I will step back just a little bit more and say, and ask, what's the most expensive mistake that you didn't make, and how did you avoid it? That's
The most expensive mistake I didn't make.
That you saw coming.
Well, we had several opportunities to expand our production into different facilities. And when, things didn't go as planned, I never pushed it. And I just always told my husband, babe, this isn't it. This isn't it. This isn't it. Even though I thought that was the next step for the bakery, and that's the way I wanted it to go, because of the amount of red flags. There's in particular 2 spaces that we were getting ready to negotiate and sign on. But both landlords wouldn't budge on a couple of things, and those couple of things were, dear to my heart and dear to my husband's heart, where we just said, you know what, we're not going to do this. Thank God, because it would have killed us. We would have probably went under.
Wow. Nice. Again, I hear a lot about intuition in this, and just trusting your gut about certain decisions. Yeah, that's great. All right. So I know your business seems to be clear to me, but I just want you to restate it differently. In one sentence, what do you do that makes customers exhale?
Well, we provide safe food to people who have food allergies. We're not certified the top 9 allergens. We're certified 7 out of the top 9. But we have separate equipment and we accommodate people who have anaphylaxis to egg and dairy, in which we handle in our facility. So we give people a place to safely eat that they've never experienced before. And it's really good food.
Right. I need to come try this.
You do.
So, what would you say is your unfair advantage, your superpower, if you will, when you are at your best?
My superpower has become recipe developing. I had no idea I could do it. I just created a cookie flour blend, and it is absolutely ridiculous. We just got 29 pounds of it delivered on Friday morning that we have yet to play with, so I cannot wait until Monday. I don't bake, by the way.
Okay.
I don't bake.
That's interesting. All right, walk me through that.
Well, if I learned how to bake and if I knew how to bake, then I'd be in big trouble. I really would never stop working. So it's a very good thing that I don't bake, because I don't go in the bakery.
So who does the baking?
I have 2 primary bakers. One is my oldest son, who has food allergies, gluten, soy, and peanut. And he's absolutely amazing. And I have Kelsey, who's actually been with us pretty much since day one, since the first year. So those are the 2 main players right now.
All right. What's the sign? And I think for you, it's kind of like pretty much clear, but I would still want you to state, maybe stating the obvious in this case. So what's a sign a listener is your ideal customer and doesn't know it yet?
Honestly, I think our ideal customer is someone who just wants to eat good food, clean. I refrain to use the word healthy because there is sugar in it. A lot of people think, oh, it's, but it is healthier. We use a lot of clean, root vegetable derived flours. I know where they get milled. Our recipes are really clean. So someone who wants to, eat good food and safe food if they are trying to avoid any particular ingredient.
So what's a customer quote that made you think, yes, this is why we do it?
There are so many. I wouldn't say it would be a quote. I would say it would be a reaction.
Okay.
So when people come in, and this happens all the time on a weekly basis, they'll come in and be like, so what's nut-free? I'm like, everything. We're certified nut-free. Well, what's gluten-free? Everything. We're certified gluten-free. I mean, their reactions are like, you're kidding me, right? Like, I can literally have everything. And, majority there's tears and all of that fun stuff. And it's a beautiful thing to witness. But that is a weekly occurrence at the Difference Baker.
Love that. There's something sweet about finding a place of, maybe the word I'm looking for is psychological rest in food. That and it must have been a frustration and a weight you've taken off a bunch of people who can't go to the average restaurant because they're unsure of how the food is prepared, and even if it's prepared a certain way, they're not sure that people are sticking to the standards. And then they walk into the bakery and they can eat food that's delicious beyond their own cooking ability or the people who cook for them.
Yeah.
And just be like, this is delicious. I can enjoy this too without feeling I'm about to die.
Literally. Yes, I agree with you.
I think that's
Which is
great.
why moving into the retail location that we are moving into, there's going to be a little cafe part of it. And that was important. That we would, be able to provide like physical tables where people can sit. Because right now in our space it's so small. During COVID, we had to bring in freezers and do that whole concept overnight because no one was allowed in our bakery because of the distance, requirements. So we wanted to make sure that we provided not only a safe food, but also a safe environment for people to come and chill and eat what they purchased and have a cup of coffee. So we cannot wait for this new location to open up.
Nice. So, are there many other businesses in this sector that you know of?
No. There are phenomenal gluten-free bakeries that also avoid other allergens in this area. And I don't consider them competitors at all. I actually support them. And I love to see people in the allergen conscious space grow because we don't want to be the only ones. I can't believe that we are still the only one after 6 years. We thought we missed the boat in 2019. But yeah, it's crazy. So, I don't look at anybody as a competitor. I lift them up. I support them. I want more people to create businesses that serve us, the people who have food allergies, and even who are just sick with autoimmune diseases, or just thrive to eat cleaner.
So this leads me to a question, and one of the reasons why I asked the previous question. So what's a red flag that customers should watch out for in your industry?
A lot of people make a lot of claims that they're free from, right? And it actually trickles all the way up to the FDA and how we label things and the requirements from that perspective that are not clear. There's many different icons for allergies, right? There's ones that are crossed off. There's ones that are, a half circle and crossed off. There's ones that are just the allergen. So labeling isn't clear. Just make sure that if you're at a restaurant that claims that they're good, ask them about their processes. Ask them if they source the ingredients in which they create the recipe from an allergen-free perspective, whatever it is. If it's gluten-free, okay, is it on shared equipment that could contain gluten? What's different about being certified is that we test for the proteins. Yeah, it's extremely expensive. It makes our model a lot less profitable, but it's that much more safe. And that way we can say with confidence, it's literally free from.
Excellent. So if your offers were a menu, and they are, what are the 3 most popular on the menu?
Well, I just did these 2025 numbers. So to be honest with you, it is our cookies and our donuts are neck and neck at number 3. Number 2 are our breakfast sandwiches. And number 1 is our cinnamon rolls.
Wow. Nice. Gluten-free, nut-free, and what are the other?
Allergen-free and vegan.
All of them.
All of them.
And they are delicious.
And they are delicious.
I mean, you're not, well, I'm inserting into this at this point. I've heard good things about from people who've actually patronized you. So
awesome.
That's great. Nice. So what do you love about serving people in Loudoun specifically?
Loudoun is just a great community, very diverse. It's just, we love Loudoun. Yeah.
How has it supported your businesses? Are there I think earlier you talked about during the pandemic there were I think you mentioned something about support to get businesses out there. Were there specific things?
Oh yeah, Loudoun economic development. And actually we're still in conversations. As a matter of fact, we have a meeting next week about my expansion. We are very close. We work very close with Loudoun Economic Development. And, a lot of local Loudoun businesses that we support and that help support us and help support the allergen-free community from a wholesale perspective. The different coffee shops that we wholesale to. But, they've been, Loudoun in particular, the county in of itself has been very supportive of our expansion and helping us in any way that I've ever asked for it.
That's awesome. And we're getting to the last section. If your business had a tagline written by your happiest customer, what would it say?
you can't tell the difference by the food that we provide, as opposed to
It tastes just that good.
it tastes that good.
You wouldn't
Well, I'll
know
give
it was
you-
allergen-free.
And let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a very personal story. My husband, how old is he? He turned 54 on January 29th. And I got him a Lucky Penny because that's his favorite breakfast sandwich from BKD Baked Bagels in Leesburg. So I go to the gym early. I call them up, order it. Or actually, he ordered it. I take that back. He ordered it. They wholesale our bagels. Okay, they go through thousands of our bagels a month. He came home, and I'm in the office, and I'm working away, and he's like freaking out. I'm like, what is wrong? He actually thought that it was a mistake, that they gave him a regular bagel. And the whole time he's pacing, he's like, babe, there's no way that's our bagel. So he comes in, and if you know my husband, he's a pacer, and he's like, you know, he could not believe that he was eating our bagel on this sandwich. That's how good it tasted. I'm like, you need to be recording this right now. Like, where is my freaking phone? I need to be videotaping this. This needs to be out there because the owner of the Difference Baker is thinking that he's getting glutened right now because of how good they prepared this breakfast sandwich on our bagel.
Nice. Love that. I love that. So where would someone go right now? Website, social, wherever, how can they contact your business?
Yeah, so we're available on all of them at The Difference Baker, thedifferencebaker.com. We have a location at George Mason as well, so they're a pickup location, even when our operating hours are closed. So we are easily accessible, and I hate to say this, but as of right now and still, every email and communication that comes through really comes straight to my email address. So when I email back, people are like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting you to answer. And I'm like, well, I love to handle these things, you know?
That's great.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Oh, well, thank you
This
for
has
having
been
me.
a great conversation. It's been great to learn about your business and wishing you even much more success.
Thank you. Well, now you have to go get some lunch. I'm going to call my staff and let them know you're coming over to get some fried chicken.
Absolutely, we'll get something.
Awesome.
All right, thank you. And that's a wrap on another conversation that goes beyond the business card. If this episode moved you, challenged you, or made you think, share with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Loudoun Forward wherever you get podcasts, and please leave a review. It helps more people find the real stories shaping Loudoun County from the inside out. I'm Toye Oramoso. Until next time, keep building forward.